after some years of work, because normally you work in Elisa, but today I would like in center.
And analysis, and we'll see later the results. I don't know if you want to add something about work, but this is basically what we did.
Cases are already lined up in the sectors. So first you have the non-profit sector, then you see all the cases of the profit sector and then of the volunteer. So I made this distinction for you to make it easier.
Yes, cost reduction.
That's of course an advantage of the point of view of the system.
Yes, which is a problem.
En quality control effect. External control is quality.
Yeah, quality control. Quality control.
And
is it also quality control?
Presented by the by the ECDL.
But ECDL is something.
The lists, and they are lists that we have gained from cases by going through them. Okay, we got through the SWOT, but the SWOT in turn came from the cases. Yes? So there was a progression. But it's important that we look for two things. We're looking for commonality, where values are common across sectors, because it's by sector that we examined, and we're also looking for difference. So we're looking at two elements, commonality and difference. So if we want to come to the narrowest point, the apex, then we can say, we can clash all of the lists together and say, how small can we make it? What is the minimum that we can say about VPL?
What was the key outcome of the 1.5 hours work that you did yesterday? Would that be a good idea? Just get a quick view.
Fulfilling the VPL process has got a quality of guidance or of facilitation that will bring out the very best of their prior learning. And secondly, that the assessing of
don't take into account. And I think that the challenge for our framework is to see what are the individual's needs and expectations towards a VPL framework or system, and how these needs can find some implementation at organizational level, because VPL should be first of all for the individual.
But on the side of the individual, it leads to recognition of and more self-esteem of the individual. It leads to individualized learning pathways, at least, and that's the tension on the other hand. Training facilities are able to give those flexible pathways. So VPL is not only about an individual who is individualizing his own pathways, but it's also about institutions who have to give the possibility for it. But that's an opportunity of making that clear, you could say. And there are some other things like career development and the success rate of the opportunities you could see in questions like is motivation, self-esteem and validation of one's own competencies. Is it diminished, or is that the opposite? It's more possibilities for it.
Have the same aims, the same goals, same targets, and even same people who are involved in VPL as it is in the continuing education. We are in lifelong learning, and VPL is motivation, sure, but motivation is same as for continuing education, and we have same opportunities and same treat than for continuing education.
Seen more focused in the voluntary sector, but it was exactly the same for non-profit and for profit. Yeah. And it's men argue, and after a cost for the enterprise and time consuming, And also, you don't have more money if you are still an employee in the same firm. You don't get more consideration or more money linked to this very high investment of time also on your part. So on the individual part, on the organization part, it's time consuming, but the result is very small compared to the expectations and the time dedicated to it. So there is some kind of, something is missing to really value to the end this process of voluntary learning.
This gives them a satisfaction. And if they come to the conclusion that it is kind of a destiny, that they're in this labor market situation, that they don't can expect more salary, but they can change something in their own lives to be more happy. And it happens all the time. That's what they discover, and we discover through them that this discovery is possible. Then I think we have given them at least something where they are in a position to change something.
And not the way of learning. I understood the contrary. I understood that it was more enjoyable to get certification by VPL, on the contrary of getting the same certification by training and learning. I was
Yes.
what I understood.
Yeah, I agree with that. But again and again in our case studies,
So VPL should be seen in the context of lifelong learning, and actually I think VPL and lifelong learning are the winning combination.
Yeah.
Because that's where the added value of VPL is only that it opens up enjoyability of lifelong learning. So the valuation in the VPL deals with, sets up your enjoyable learning path, and that's the continuing education.
And everybody has contributed to the book.
With pictures?
No. No. With writing.
With writing, wow!
Josh,
you are not.
You must read the one that is specifically composed for
Ah,
you.
the specific. Oh, I need glasses for you. Do you think I can do that?
Yeah. Get the rhythm.
You help?
Yeah.
Get in the flow.
Help me. Elisa worked long hours and late to make the Bologna gig great. With warm words of greeting to advance this great meeting, which was started in 1088.
1088.
It's deliberate.
Limerick.
Yes. Oh yeah.